Chris, and welcome to my channel, 50 Shades of Gray. I mean, the Great Northwest Comics. I'm on my way to Tacoma to see the Grit City Con and peruse its aisles and see what they have to offer. I've never been to this con before, and it's really small, and ticket prices were very cheap, like 10 bucks. So I think it's going to cost more in parking than it will to actually get into the con. But I'm going to pan the camera around a little bit here. You can see it's not the greatest day to get out and do something, but yeah, it is what it is. If you don't like the rain, don't live in Seattle area. In fact, there's a one of the owners of a local comic book store is sold her interest in her comic book store, and she's moving to Texas to get out of the gloom and try living in a different part of the country. So I wish her luck, and the new owners will be taking over November 1st, and they're going to be called Midgard Comics in Federal Way. So anyways, I just wanted to show you that I can do something other than sit in my dining room filming a unboxing. So hopefully I'll get some nice footage in the con, and I'll probably have to do some overlay on the audio, so please bear with me as I've never done this before. Thanks. Alright, so I'm making my way to Tacoma. There's, you can see it in the frame, Tacoma Dome. That's where the, I think the women's NBA plays, unless they move to the new stadium. I've been to the Tacoma Dome once for an employee event. I used to work in Tacoma, and it was just for a little winter gala, I believe. And haven't been back since, but they did host American Ninja Warriors there. So that was pretty cool back then, just to see it on TV. So luckily, I know where everything is. Since I used to work in Tacoma, I should know where the free parking is, but well, that remains to be seen, because they may have changed the free parking to paid parking. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I found a nice free parking spot, and I'm just gonna wait about an hour for the convention to open. I like to get to places early, even though I'm familiar with the Tacoma area. I didn't want the hassle of trying to find parking that I'd have to pay for. You know, like, why waste money on parking when I know just a few blocks up from the downtown Tacoma area there's free parking. So found a nice spot to wait it out in front of a park. Got 3 hours of free parking, which should be plenty of time to do this convention. And of course, I can always come back and move the car if I need to. So we'll see. My goals today are just to look for some filler books. I don't think I'm going to find anything spectacular. Like, I don't think I'm going to find a lot of the Legion of Superheroes I'm looking for, but I'm hoping to find some Vampirella, some maybe Infinite Crisis series, or Blackest Night series, something like that. Maybe a cool slab. Well, we'll have to see what's there. I know that Amazing Comics is supposed to be there, and Amazing Heroes, I believe it's called. And they have a lot of adventure comics, and that's the shop I bought my Adventure 300 from, and 346 from. So if he's there with that kind of selection, maybe I'll find something really cool. I'm going to keep my eyes open for some action comics, and of course the adventure comics, and really anything, like, you know, I love Witchblade, so I recently bought a copy of issue number 1, so if I can find another issue number 1, that would be great, and like a total near mint. Otherwise, I hope to run into some other YouTubers there. Comic Gains is supposed to be there. West Coast Devengers is going to be there. He has his own table. We'll see what's going on in Artist Alley. I usually like to buy bookmarks and stuff and maybe find something for the wife. I know there's an artist there that does dog portraits, and you probably think that's kind of crazy, but we love our dog, and we've had Christmas ornaments done with her portrait on it, and we've received some fan art from Mila's 14,000 followers on Instagram. I kid you not. She gets fan mail and gifts and makes a little money on the side, which is awesome. So I'll be looking around for that kind of thing, making some contacts and stuff, and maybe find somebody that could do a cool dog portrait. So we'll see how it goes. Hi, this is Chris, and welcome back to my channel. This is the second part of the Grit City comic book convention video I'm doing. This is, obviously I'm at home, I've got all my books here, and I wanted to show you what I got. I had a great time there, met some really cool people, and made some contacts, which was even better. That's one thing that I didn't expect to do at such a small comic book convention, is to really meet some people in the community that have a vast inventory of exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm looking forward to continuing those relationships in the near future. But first off, I'm going to show you my haul. I picked up about 30 or so books with an average price of about $4 or so. First off, we have here is it looks like Thundercats #2, cover done by Jim Lee. I was looking for this one for a while. I saw somebody talking about like really nice Jim Lee covers to look for, and I was very happy to find this one. Next up, Darkness #1. I've been looking to get just a couple of Darkness books. I had those in my original collection. I really want like the 1/2 or the 0, whichever ones they have, but this was a fantastic copy of Darkness #1. Very high grade. I'll probably send that in to CGC. Next up, I really love the artwork of this Dark Child series. I think I picked up issues number 5 and 6, but I don't know if they have 0, but they have at least 1 through 6 for the whole story. So very, very nice artwork. This is, what says Jimmy there on the cover? This is by Queen, Gorder, Yu, and Klein. And that's number 6 it should be. Looks like Gorder and, can't read the other name, did the cover on this one. Then up next is, I picked up, I went to another booth and found these great Spawn books. Oh, this is actually, sorry, a couple of these were from Dave at West Coast Avengers. If you're not familiar with him, I'd look him up on YouTube. He's very funny. And In fact, when I found his booth, I sung his theme song, West Coast Avengers, and he gave me a free comic book. Very cool book. I actually read it. It's in great shape. Never heard of this one before, but I really enjoyed it. And then I actually won through one of his, I don't know if his claim sales or one of his chats. I think it was one of his chats. This cool magazine here. Very cool. I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Luckily, I have a box that is magazine size. Will hold magazine size books, so I'm good for there. So anyways, I picked up, I believe this Spawn from him as well, number 55. Very cool cover. Spawn 62, looks like Angela on the cover. Kapoor and McFarlane. Next up is Spawn 200. I picked this one up from a different booth. This guy, I had an amazing selection of books, and he mixed them all up in the boxes and stuff, so it wasn't like you could go in to a specific run and just start cherry picking the ones that are keys. So it was kind of an adventure to go through his boxes, but they're all high grade, and he gave me a nice discount on some of the books that I picked up. That's one of them. Next up, Vampirella. When I was at Grit City, I was looking for items on my list, and for some reason I could not find a lot of Vampirella. Dealers were telling me that they didn't know exactly what to bring to this type of a convention, so they just brought a smattering of what they would normally have at a bigger show. So I was very pleased to find this book. I actually need number 16 and I think 17. These are David Finch covers to complete that little storyline. Then another Vampirella. I don't think I actually needed this one. I just picked it up because it was such a good deal. I think this series goes up to 25, and I'll have to keep looking for those. Next up is this Wolverine. I picked this up from a gentleman that I bought the Adventure Comics 300 from. Very cool cover. People have been showing this one off. The only thing that I don't like is that it has these fingerprints right here for the black cover. And I've actually seen some other people show their copies and they have the same similar fingerprints. So I guess that may have been a manufacturer's defect or just unlucky. I'm not sure. Next up, I have a lot of books to show here. And in fact, I have so many books I got over the last week or so that I'm going to split it up into multiple videos. But I'm going to do the Grit City haul in this video. Very cool Lee Inyuk cover of Batgirl. Issue 46. I picked up from Dave The Blackest Night, number 1, and number 7. Yep, 7. Couldn't find Blackest Night anywhere either. That was weird. I thought for sure I would be able to pick it up. Now, this is awesome right here. One of the contacts I made had 2 Legion of Superheroes books in his boxes at very competitive prices. This is easily a 6.0 or higher, and it's the first appearance of Dawnstar. I've been wanting to upgrade my Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes collection because most of them seem to be in very good condition, but I want higher grade, as high as I can get. But 6.0 is perfectly fine for me, especially for a first appearance. And then he had, randomly, this issue, I think it's 241. And he does his own pressing. And so the books look really sharp, ready to be sent to CGC. There's no dirty spine. It's all beautiful white spines. Very happy to pick those up and make a contact. Next up is the Legionnaires, number 1. It's still in the poly bag with its trading card. And then I picked up, just as a bundle, like for $5, all these adventure comics. I didn't have these ones, but I was just trying to get the tie-ins with Superboy Prime and the Legion. So let's see, issue 1, 2, I think 3, yes, 3. 4 with Superboy Prime. And I want to say this is 6. I'm missing 1. Oh, that's 5. 4, 3, 5. Okay. And then this is a variant I picked up from another booth, issue 510. Just really like the cover. It ties in with the Blackest Night. And then, for some reason, I have... Oh, I couldn't fit all the books in the stand. So I picked up Infinite Crisis. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5 sketch variant, which is really cool, and 6 sketch variant with Superboy Prime. I was looking for the color one as well, but I couldn't find it. And then 6 and 7. So I think that was all from my haul. Let's see, all those other ones. I have stacks of books all around me today. Just went to the comic book store to pick up my weekly lot, and so that's the video I'm going to do second. Yeah. So I think that's all I basically picked up from Grit City Comic Con, or Comic Convention, whatever they called it. And I will definitely go back again. It was only $12 or $11 for a ticket. It was like $10 plus a service fee and taxes or whatever. I was surprised how busy it got and how long it took me to actually get through the con. It was kind of small in the Tacoma Convention Center, and there was like maybe 8 to 10 dealers, but I was there from 10 a.m. when it opened all the way up till like 3 o'clock or so, and I stopped for like a 15-minute break so I could take a breather and have a little lunch. I also brought with me my Adventure Comics 300, so I showed it to the guy that I purchased it from, and he was happy to see that I got a grade close to what he had estimated. And I was showing it to other people, and it was really nice to start a conversation of what I'm collecting and what I'm looking for, and just made it easier to get to know the dealers a little bit better. Also, what was cool is that Dave from West Coast Avengers has his own YouTube channel, so I got to meet him first off. And then I met the Comic Gaines. They're all locals up here. And so it was Zach, Adam, and Princess. So I got to see them. Met another fellow named Adoob or something. Arub. I didn't quite catch his name. And but I had a great time. It took my time. Found all the books I was looking for on my list. The only thing I would say is that people talk about getting quality over quantity, and so I was going off my list, and by the time I went through all the booths, I actually found one gentleman that had a really high-grade copy of Superboy 89, the first appearance of Mon-El, and I just purchased one for about maybe $30 that was really rough condition, and I wouldn't even send it in to get graded at all. But this guy had a really high-grade copy for $150. So it's kind of like one of these situations where would I have been happy to buy one book for $150 or get all the books that I got which were on my comic book list. Some of these are fillers, some of these are ones I was specifically looking for because of the covers or artists or stories. So it's just one of those things to think about. Like maybe next time when I start tooling around a convention, I won't buy anything for the first hour, and then I will make a note of the dealers that had the books that I really want in the high grade, and then I'll make a decision on how to spend my money. And I know that's maybe counterintuitive because they'll say like when you see it, you buy it, otherwise you'll come back and maybe they won't be there, which is true, but then at least I won't have to second guess my decisions on how I spend my money. But I'm very happy with these, and I'm looking forward to talking with the gentleman who had the Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes and see if we can make a deal to pick up a nice run of high-grade quality books from him. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's the first time I've done a video going to a convention, and I don't see myself going to another convention again until maybe Rose City next year, or I don't know. I'll have to see what comes around locally. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did. I enjoy making this content, and I hope you do. Hope you enjoy watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.